run away. Oh, okay, here we go. What'd you find? What'd you find? Huh? What the fuck did you find? You just, like, ran over here, barked. What did you find? You're pointing. Where are you pointing? Okay, now you're pointing in a different direction. What the fuck did you find, you crazy little asshole? Oh, shit. Is this the little raider camp? Is that some type of, like, tripwire? What are we looking at here? Is this maybe what he found? What do we got in there? Beer bottles? Yeah, let's take those. Oh, is that a milk bottle? That's a milk bottle. We're gonna make us some more cats, guys. Buff out. Oh, I got that. I found the Dictol or whatever. Addictol. I can't do anything in there? Oh. I thought that since there's a fire... You know what? This would be a good time to do a campfire confession, wouldn't it? Let's see if I can sit on one of these. I guess I kind of can't. So, for anyone who's new to the stream, every now and then, if I find a campfire, I like to do a campfire confession. How do I get out of this view? There we go. Am I... Nope, I'm crouching and pointing my gun. You know what? I'm working with it. It almost looks like I'm sitting. We're going with it. My dog is in the fire. Get out of there. Get out of there, idiot. Get out. Come on. Okay, let's go back to trying to sit. Okay, there we go. Looks like we're sitting. We're at the campfire. I'm trying to figure out a good one. What do I have? Think of a good campfire confessional here. I wrote them down. I don't know what I did after I wrote them down, but I wrote them down to try and remember them. We all know how that works with me. I write them down and they disappear. Oh! And that was me dropping my, my headset. Sorry, everybody. My bad. Nope. Okay, I'm just gonna go with one that comes to the top of my head. So, what my campfire confessionals are stories of shame, pretty much, or tales of embarrassment. So, one that I always kind of remember that I always thought was funny was whenever I had to... I had issues whenever I was in the military a long time ago. Probably like what? When I was 25? Maybe? It was in my mid-20s, early mid-20s, somewhere around there, where I had a situation where I was pooping blood. And I know that this is going in a weird direction, probably weren't expecting it, but I went for probably about 2 years where I would have instances of pooping blood before I decided that like with the wife hounding me, to go to the doctor, that I finally decided, you know, okay, it's become a problem, I need to go to the doctor. And what really got me to that is one time I went and it was just nothing but straight blood, like, and clots, no poop involved, and I almost passed out from blood loss. That was my eye-opener of, like, I need to get something done about this. So I go to see a doctor, I explain it to them, they send me to... This is going to be a long one, by the way, guys, my apologies. They take some of my blood, they do a rectal exam, which, if you've never had one, you don't know what one is. It's where a doctor comes in and they stick a finger into your anus to, feel around for possible, like, cancer, polyps, or, anything else. Hemorrhoids. Anyway, going on, during that, the doctor that came in was Asian and decided to make me feel better by saying, you know what, you're lucky, at least you have the doctor with the smallest hands in the office. To which, no, I don't care how small your fingers are, it's still an awkward, uncomfortable situation. I mean, yeah, if they were bigger, it probably would have been... I mean, no one wants to see a guy with sausage fingers walk in and say, I'm about to stick this up your butt. But, I mean, it still wasn't... He didn't need to say it. Anyway, So that goes through. I found out why they tested my blood. Apparently, if you bleed from your anus, they suspect you of possibly being homosexual, so they were testing me for HIV. Okay, I got that. Thanks. But then, years later, I was still having the issue. Well, what they said they found were, they found hemorrhoids. And they gave me hemorrhoid fucking, what are they, suppositories? And stuff like that to try and counteract it. But that wasn't the problem. That couldn't have been the problem because like, I would get pains, and every now and then I still do. I get pains in my, like, upper gut region. Well, that's not really linked to, like, hemorrhoids. That's something else. And now I'm starting to think it's ulcers, or it could be any number of things. But so, I have that issue. I complain about it for a couple more years. They finally send me to a gastrointestinal doctor. I don't know what exactly they're really called. A gastronomist? I don't know. But they send me to them for a colonoscopy. And a colonoscopy is where they take this camera that's on a stick, a movable stick of some kind, like a wire, I guess. It's the same ones that they use for, like, I don't know if it's the exact same ones, but it's the same concept as the ones that they use for, like, shoving it into pipes for, like, plumbing to go see if there's, like, a crack in your pipes or anything like that. Well, that's essentially what they're doing with a colonoscopy. They send a camera up, and they see if there are any, like, ulcers, polyps, abrasions, anything that could warrant, you know, concern. And when they do it, they put you under. Well, not under. They give you a mild anesthetic that makes you forget anything that happened. So, I go through that, I get out, they didn't find anything, I'm waiting, they can't let you leave until you're, like, cognizant. And so I go into this little waiting room area. It's not a waiting room, it's almost like a little waiting stall. And my wife's there. And to my knowledge, I don't know if she was waiting there for me, if they brought her in. All I can remember from all of this is she was there, and according to her, I was trying to offer her cookies and coffee, right? Yeah, so they gave me cookies and coffee. I guess after you're done with the whole process, they try to, you know, get you to eat. Because before this, before you even go for that, they make you, for like 2 days or something like that, for a day. Okay, it was only a day. They make you drink this liquid that makes your ass erupt. Like, they want your system to be completely cleaned. So, I pretty much sat on a toilet for a day, drinking this liquid-flavored fucking laxative, and playing video games. So, that was kind of fun. I wheeled the TV in. Well, I didn't wheel it in. I sat a table down, I put the TV on top of the table, and I played video games for a day while I shit the entire day. And, so when I'm fast-forwarding, I just flash back to explain that. I didn't need to. So, I'm in this little, like, waiting area. My wife is there, and I'm offering her cookies and fucking coffee because apparently they were for her, not for me. I didn't know. I was out of it. But we fast-forward past that. They said that they didn't really find anything. They blamed it on a hemorrhoid again. But after, I keep saying but a lot, and I'm talking about the fucking colonoscopy, and but just keeps coming to mind. Anyway, years later, whenever I'm on my way out, I have to go see I have to go to like I was getting kicked out of the military, essentially, medically retired out. I went through an MEB process. I had to go see a VA doctor, and they do like a full physical on you, and they check you again, and they had to do the rectal exam again. And I had a female doctor this time, which made it really awkward. We go through everything else. She tests me for a whole bunch of stuff. We get to the rectal exam. that's where it got weird. They call in another woman, so I'm in there with two women. I'm not trying to be sexist about anything. It's just I feel really uncomfortable talking about my body with women. It's a little bit easier with men, for me. I'm not saying for everybody it should be like this or that it is. These are my own issues. My dog's sitting. I just noticed that. He's just sitting staring at me. That's kind of cute and awesome. Anyway, so I'm trying to avoid talking about this part. So I have this older female doctor and a younger female assistant nurse. I don't know what exactly her job was, but she had to be there while this happened for, what do they call that? Well, yeah, to make sure the doctor doesn't molest me, but there's a term for it. Like a chaperone, basically. And it gets... So, if you've never had someone do a rectal exam or anything similar, they put this fucking grease on their fingers that you can't get off. It's on there for days. And so she gets to it. You roll over on your side. You don't bend over, by the way. That's a prostate exam, which I have not had. But for all three, I will say that. I'll spoil the story kind of early. I've had 3 rectal exams so far in my life, and I'm 31. But this was the second one, and they go about doing it, and when she finished up, the weirdest thing happened. So I'm on my side, she pulls her finger out, and hands me a box of kind of like tissues and says, "Here, clean yourself up," and then leaves the room. To which I felt so violated. Like, I practically used those tissues to cry. A little bit. And I cleaned myself up and everything. They knock on the door, and they're like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, just give me a few more minutes. I was a little teary-eyed. Just talking about it, I'm still a little teary-eyed. It just didn't feel right. I felt really violated with that clean yourself up comment. But at the end of it, I'm good. I'm cleaned up. They come back in, they get through that. The third time I go to do it was for I had another exam that I had to do for the VA. No, this one was for the military. It had to do with my retirement, and I went through it again. The third one was probably the least scarring, but that's the story of my colonoscopy and my rectal exams. It's embarrassing. I think that people get a laugh out of it, if anything, but thanks for listening, guys. Let me know how you feel. Mason saying, I have blood in my stool, but only when it's the big ones. Really, Mason? Well, mine wasn't like that. Mine was just, I would get a pain in my upper gut area, so I don't know how to really explain it, but like my upper abs area, I would get pains there for like half a day to a day, and then I would, like, no shit, I would poop blood. Like, there may be fecal matter, but it was like blood with clots and stuff. This is getting to the weird, gross stuff that I really don't think that people like to hear, but yeah. Loki saying, so you had stuff shoved up your ass. Yeah, pretty much. It wasn't enjoyable. But yeah, I'll get back to the game. Thank you all for listening. Hope you enjoyed it. You're welcome for having a glimpse into something that I found very embarrassing. I'm gonna get back on our way here. Mason's saying he gets pains on his poo hole. Okay.